Y'all know, before I get too busy, and I was in here cleaning up my little glam area here, still working on this room, and I got some little flowers here that I want to put together. But as I got ready to do that, I got to thinking I better make this video before it get too late. And I took a ride earlier today, and I went to different apartment complexes in the area because I had never really searched to see exactly what they were renting for around here in the town of Columbia over here on Garners Ferry Highway. Well, I went to a couple of different apartment complexes, one inside the inner city and one on the outside of the city, and they were renting for like a 2-bedroom was $1,000 and a 3-bedroom was $1,200. And I had to figure out that there were some affordable places because I did a video on unaffordable places to rent. And now I want to let y'all know, here in South Carolina, there are some affordable places for you to rent over here in Columbia, South Carolina. And I'm sure it's probably affordable places that you can rent in different outskirts and different rural areas in South Carolina. So I would feel like that would be a place where some of you that are looking for a place to stay might want to start looking in them rural areas and see exactly what you can find in the different apartment complexes out here. No, I did not stop and go in because in fact the office was closed by the time I got through there. And I got to thinking about that. A lot of people are out there looking for places and they're asking for 2 times the rent and things of that nature. But they're not doing that here, from my understanding. They're not asking for all that to be able to move into a place. So you might want to look around and see. I'm sure in some places they might be, but in some of the places they're not doing it. So you just have to do your homework and figure out what apartment complexes that you might want to live in South Carolina and see exactly what their criteria is. And you know, there's got to be places where you can live. And if and so you're in a place like your state does not offer you affordable housing, you may think about looking for housing and relocating and starting somewhere else. There's nothing wrong with picking up and starting over. I picked up and I started over. I'm originally from Dover, Delaware. I am not a native of South Carolina, but yet here I am. Here I am in South Carolina. I had to pick up my bed and walk and go where I wanted to be, where God took me. God brought me here and gave me a wonderful place to live. And I'm sure he'll do the same thing with you if you will just pray about it and ask God where he wants you to be. That's one thing about it. You got to put a prayer on it and find out where your place is. Some of y'all have been displaced from your places because of the fact of the bad energy that may be in your area, the energy that may be in the home that you was living in. It may not have been where God wanted you to be. You got to realize there are energies that are been unleashed into the air that are causing people to be sick, that are causing people not to be able to function, be able to prosper. It's spiritual warfare. That's what it's called. It's just straight spiritual warfare. And if the energy is not right, then that's not where you're supposed to be. And some of y'all have been holding on to places that have been draining you for a long time. So you got to find some type of way to look at a positive in every situation, because where there is a negative, there is a positive. And you got to look at the fact that if you've been in that place could have possibly been draining you all along, could have been keeping you stagnant, could have been keeping you house poor, could have been keeping you broke, could have been keeping you in a place where God did not want you to be, where there's some place and you have purpose in your life and your footsteps need to be ordered. And sometimes you do have to just break down and pick up your bed and walk and go somewhere else. Moving to another state is not a bad thing if and so you realize that you have been priced out of the state that you're in. If you've been priced out of that state, move to another state. Yes, I know that there's going to be there may be some of this, what we're going through, maybe following you from state to state, maybe everywhere. I understand that. But yes, and still, there are areas where there is affordable housing that's not completely busted or not completely broke down or not just slum places or things of that nature. You may find your gym where you're looking in some other place. You may go find that house that is affordable, that is better than the house that you left out of. Or at least it will keep you to a place where it's more affordable, so that you'll be able to have a roof over you and your family's head, and you won't be house poor, and you won't be having to take every dime you got to be able to just pay a rent or pay a mortgage payment or just pay for, where you at. Especially if you sold your house and you have to size down, it'd be better for you to think about how much space you actually need and just buy what you need. Because sometimes we buy over what we need and then we realize that it's unaffordable and we can't afford to stay in that place. And it's okay if you need to sell it and go buy something else. But a lot of times we look at being forced out as a negative because that's not the fact that we didn't want to go, but yet and still we may have realized a long time ago that we would have been in financial difficulty had we stayed. So sometimes it's not a bad thing for you to pick up your stuff and be able to go to another place and be able to start over somewhere else. Starting over is never easy. It's never easy. There's no easy way to start over. You just have to do it. You just have to trust God and move by faith and trust that you're going to be all right and begin to move in a way to say, well, at least I got a roof over my head. I got money to start over with. May not be where I want to be, but I'm be where I can afford to be. In this season, you got to be where you can afford to be. And where you can afford to be is in South Carolina, because I've seen, like I said, several places today that are affordable. They are affordable. You just got to do your homework and get out there and look at these places and see exactly what they're. The one that I went through crossing the Walmart it was called Dove's Place. I believe that's the name of it. Dove's Place. And Dove's Place, I talked to a couple of tenants out there and they said it was $1,000 for a 2-bedroom, $1,200 for a 3-bedroom. So you just got to be able to get out there and do your homework and see exactly what you can afford. Because really, truly, that is cheap. That is cheap compared to what I've been hearing people paying for a 3-bedroom. And if they got 12 bed, and these are brand new units. These units only been built for over like 2 years. Because I remember them being built as I've been here, and I only been here 5 years, so they had not too long ago built them units, and if they got brand new units going up, I'm sure they full. I'm sure they full, and they may even have a waiting list. But I do know that I've seen several different complexes go up since I've been here, and it would be in your worthwhile to look into it and see exactly what it is down here in South Carolina that you can find that might be in your budget. There's no reason for nobody. I just don't want nobody to feel like they are not worthy of a home or not worthy of having a roof over your head, or you got to sleep outdoors and the housing crisis continues and you just accept what is going on. You got to fight for you right now. Right now, you got to fight for you. I mean, you got to dig up that gym. There is a diamond in the rough somewhere for you and your family to be, but you may have to take time. You may have to stay up in these hours of the night. It may take a lot of work. And it may take a lot of riding. It may take a lot of going look at places. It may take a lot of effort on your behalf, but trust and believe. As the God I serve sits high and looks low, you will find what you're looking for. If you continue to keep looking for it, you will find a place to be. You will find a place that is affordable, because let me tell you something. There are some good-hearted people out there that are landlords that if you just continue to keep telling your story, continue to keep putting yourself out there, let them know, talk to people. See, that a lot of times we get caught up in situations as well because we don't want to talk to people. Now you're going to have to really get your mouth open, because closed mouths will not get fed in this economy. Closed mouths will not get fed in this economy. Closed mouths will not get fed in this economy. You're going to have to really open your mouth and be able to speak. See what happens when I try to talk slow, but I ain't going to talk slow. I'm trying to talk like me. But when you begin to advocate for yourself, you got to be your biggest cheerleader. You got to be able to get yourself out there. You got to beat that pavement just like you would if you were looking for that job. You got to beat that pavement and get out there and begin to work for yourself and begin to look for things that is going to benefit you and your family. Everything now is not going to be handed to you. You got to be able to get up and go get it. And there is jobs out there. There is affordable housing out there. I saw it today. There is affordable housing out there. But you just got to be in a place to be ready to receive what you find and financially ready to get it as soon as you see it. Because a lot of times there's no wait, because I'm sure there is a waiting list. So if there is a waiting list, then you may have to jump on that waiting list while you continue to keep looking, or you might walk through the door and you might be the next number in line to get whatever is available. But you got to be able to get out there and put that time in and put your work in and put your best foot forward as you begin to look for your place to be, because there is affordable housing out there. There is affordable housing out there. I saw it today. I never would have believed it. I thought everything was just over the top and over your head. And then as I began to pray about that thing, the Lord let me see that there is places for you to be if you would just take your time and look, and then take your time when you find some places. Don't be afraid to call these landlords and start talking to these landlords. Tell them what you're looking for. Sell yourself to these landlords. Let them know what type of person you are. Are you accountable? Are you is your credibility any good? You know, are you a man or woman of your word? Are you going to pay them on time? Those are some things that they may ask you a lot of questions, so they can see exactly what type of person you are, and if you're going to be the type of person that they would give a break. Some people would give you a break. They would rather have their places filled than to have it sitting empty and it not making a quarter, waiting for somebody to come that's got a lot of money that may not come, than to just have you walk away when you're almost close to the mark of what they're asking for. I know that to be true because I have a brother who's a landlord as well, and they do have a lot of empathy, a lot of sympathy for those that are outdoors that may need a place to stay. But of course, they got to get paid too. But sometimes they may not have to have every dollar. You just got to get out there and talk to people and tell people who you are, show people who you are, and be loyal to people when they come to you. And when they give you a chance, don't ruin it. Don't ruin that chance that they give you. So I got to thinking about that as I was sitting here working through my room, and I just wanted to drop that in y'all's spirit today, that don't give up. Don't give up. There is affordable housing out there. There is affordable housing out there. You just got to take your time. It may take a lot longer to find it. It might take you a lot longer to get in it, but to continue to keep calling. Don't give up on you, and don't give up on your family. Don't give up on the fact of you got an American dream that you've been looking for. You still can have that. You still can have that. I really truly believe that. But you just got to continue to keep doing what you know to do. And that what you know to do is to get out there and look for your place, figure out where you want to be, and claim it. Claim it. Put a prayer on it, put a praise on it. That's it. That's all. And I really believe that if I could ride up on them places today and talk to people, and I really don't need a place, but I was talking to people because I was really concerned and I really wanted to see for myself. And so I was looking for a place. Is there any affordable housing out there? Well, I just found out today there is affordable housing in South Carolina. I don't know if it's in your state. I don't know exactly what it is you're looking for, or what you consider affordable, or what your income can afford to pay, or where you would like to live. Or do you have to just live in the city? Type it in the comments. Are you willing to live in the suburbs? Are you willing to live outside of your city and go to another city? Are you willing to leave the state that you're in? Type in the comments. I would like to know how many people right now wouldn't mind relocating to another place if they can find a place that's affordable for them to live in. Type it in the comments. And if and so you feel as though that, you know, it's a job thing, are you willing to change your profession? Are you willing to change jobs? Are you willing to do something different, do something else? Type that in the comments as well. Let's have a conversation about it and see if you're willing to make that move. Are you willing to make that sacrifice? Because that's what it's going to be. It may take lots of sacrifices in this time to be able to get the things that you want and be able to do the things that you want to do. There's going to be some sacrifices going to have to be made. So are you willing to go down that road of putting yourself at risk of being uncomfortable for a little while? Or are you willing to be uncomfortable to get the comfort that you need? Because you may have to go uncomfortable for a little while and do some things and take a job and live in some places that you may not have really wanted to live. Are you willing to do that? Or are you willing to move to another state, a state that may have affordable housing, but you may just not want to live in that state? Why? Because it's not the happening spot. Why? Because it's not the normal. It's too country, or it's too far away from your friends or family. Or are you willing to relocate? You got to decide whether or not these things are for you or not. Are you willing to make that move? Let's type in the comments and get a conversation started about it. But I just want to let you know, no matter what you do, take the Spirit of the Lord with you. No matter what you do, make sure that you're making the best move for you and your kids. No matter what you do, make sure that you understand that it doesn't have to be forever. It can just be for a little while. Make sure you understand that you got to live somewhere, and if and so you want to have a roof over your head, and you're tired of living in your car, you're tired of living in your van, you're tired of living in that RV, you're just sick and tired of being sick and tired of just, being priced out of your situation. Are you ready to make a move and relocate to the point where you can start something new and begin living a new life? Type it in the comments. Let me know exactly what you're feeling out there, because I really would like to know. Are you willing and able to relocate? Are you ready to sell some of the things that you have to be able to start some new memories somewhere else and begin to buy new things as you go forward? Because there's no need in trying to figure out how to drag a whole bunch of furniture from one state to the next. because sometimes that can be expensive all by itself. Just dragging the furniture around, putting it in storage, paying a storage bill. You don't know how long it's going to be in storage, so you put the stuff in storage. Now it's stuck in storage forever and ever and ever while you figure out how you're going to live, and then you end up losing the storage anyway. So what sense does that make? So y'all think about these things as you begin to go forward. Are you going to locate? And yes, there is affordable housing here in South Carolina that I have seen, that they have apartment complexes that are not over your head and that you could rent. So with that being said, I just want to let y'all know that I'm thinking of you. I love you. And if and so you have not subscribed to the channel, please consider subscribing to the channel. And if and so you've not turned your notification bells on, please turn your notification bells on so you will be notified when I drop my next video. And